Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast, powered by DealsInTheD.com with Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. How are you, Jay?
Just fine, just fine.
Doing all right?
Yes.
Getting over your illness?
Yeah, I'm still on the meds, but
yeah,
sure.
Feeling good, better though?
Yes.
That's good. God, dude, what a beautiful day out.
Have you been outside? Have you
I
enjoyed
have.
it?
Yeah, I went
Raking
out
those
briefly.
Got to rake the leaves, dude.
Yeah, no, I haven't done anything with the leaves yet. I want to wait till every leaf is on the ground.
Unlike your neighbor. Can we talk about your neighbor for a second? Have we ever mentioned your neighbor?
I don't know if we have or not. It's
a weird story.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
it's pretty simple. The dude obviously has no job and just
he works from home, I guess.
My man is committed to raking up every single leaf.
Yeah.
And having every blade of grass perfect on his lawn.
But what's weird is he's got like woods.
Yeah, he has wild areas on his lawn.
Yeah.
And he rakes the wild areas.
He rakes the woods.
He does.
But he does it like
it's the nicest woods.
Yeah, it is. There's like what's weird though is like as soon as leaves start falling, it's like he's out there for 9 hours getting them up, and it's like, dude, like I don't know.
Into the dark, by the way.
4/5 of the leaves are still on your trees. Like, wouldn't you wait a little bit?
I don't have a problem doing it in segments. I think that's the wrong attitude. It's the wrong strategy to let them all fall.
Oh, definitely.
Dude, then you're 80 leaves deep all over your lawn.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I've had Manny and Russell out there probably 3 good times raking at various times.
See, but you've got slaves at home. That makes it a lot easier to just send them out there.
I'm just saying it's not wrong of him to be out there in segments doing it. But what's
this
wrong,
is different, dude,
is as soon as September 1st hits and one leaf falls, he's out there raking that shit up.
Yeah.
He's mowing every day. It's the lawn. If anybody's watched the members area content, it's where E went skiing down the hill.
Yes,
off to the right, where he falls and his ski comes undone. That's
the whole bottom of
area.
his sled comes apart. Yeah,
well, don't spoil it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But that is the wooded area that gets raked up every fall. It's astounding.
What's weird too is, like, okay, I've been here like 7 years, and he's been here that whole time, and there's usually a crew with him. There's like one chick who's in her 20s or 30s, and like 3 guys, and they're all the same age as the girl. You know, they're somewhere in their late 20s, early 30s, and he's older. He's, in his 50s or something. And they're out there all the time doing that. Usually it's all 4 or 5 of them all hours of the day. Sometimes they'll even have lights on at night and be out there at night. And it's like every day, all day long.
Yeah.
And it's like, who are these people? Are these his kids? Is he paying them?
I think they were. I think they've disowned him. He's all alone this year.
For 6 years, though, they were there every day with him, all day. And now it's just him. I haven't seen anyone else at all. It's just him, and he's out there raking all day.
Lonely job.
Yeah.
He's committed.
What's weird, though, is usually someone that committed, they've got beautiful, they've got a garden they want to protect and keep up, that they're
beds.
weeding and
right.
potted this and that, and they've got beautiful trees. Nothing.
Yeah. It's the most simple landscape ever. And if you look at the front of his house,
there's no landscape.
If you look at the front of his house, his grass goes right up to the brick of his house.
Yeah.
There's no bed area or any bushes or anything like that. It's as plain can be.
It's just plain Jane, like
something's going
oddly plain, like no one ever did anything with this.
I noticed he's got the poles up already and ready for the winter. And he does not, like, how some people will put poles on your own driveway just as a reminder of where
he goes all down the street.
He puts one up 50 or 100 of them up and down the street.
He's the guy that
he overpoles. I've got some overpoling in my neighborhood for
sure.
You? Yeah.
What's the problem with overpoling?
It's just,
honestly,
for
one, by the way, his isn't even his driveway. He does it on the road.
See,
we're talking about the stakes. We're talking about the neon stakes that go in so that the snow plowers don't run up onto your lawn.
Right. See, I'm not really. I don't.
Yeah,
think,
you don't care. I know.
No.
You don't poll.
I do poll.
Do you?
Yes, polls are done here. Usually,
by who?
Beth does it usually.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I don't have a problem with overpolling because what happens is you guys run over my polls. I end up with
Don't say
broken poles.
you guys.
all
Look to your
over
left, sir.
Both sides of my driveway. There's
Look
like
to your
snapped
left.
poles, and then there's
Jesus.
a busted sprinkler head. You guys run over the
Jesus.
sprinkler heads, and you
I
bust
never
all
have.
the poles.
E? I never have. What do
Okay,
you-
all right, I'll take your word for it. All I know is they're busted on both sides. E?
Well, maybe it might be me, but I mean, it's probably me.
He does have a weird
Shit.
twist to his driveway right at the
I
end.
know,
We
I
talked
know.
about this before. It's just this, I don't know, maybe a 3-foot shift that throws you off.
But
know?
you don't have trouble getting in and out.
No,
you
I
don't
don't.
run over poles, and you don't run over sprinkler heads.
No.
E?
I mean, I'm sure that I do. I mean, I've definitely ended up on your lawn before, unquestionable. But one thing I will say is Jay mentioned that like starting September 1st, and don't get me wrong, it's definitely the fall is like the go season because of the leaves. But even in the summer, man, like he's out there,
He's out there trimming, yeah.
and making sure it's
obsessed.
all nice and
Yeah.
neat. Like
It's an obsession.
I'm trying to work up the nerve because he's a nice guy. We're in a very friendly wave when we go by each other. That's kind of the relationship, at this point.
It
anyways.
could grow. Who knows?
It started off very troubling, our relationship.
I can only imagine.
Yeah,
Especially
because-
back a younger you.
Well, when I first moved in here, probably a year after I moved in, like he was still doing this game, where it was just like, and so he's got those bags of leaves, like 50 of them, those big paper bag things, and they're all in there, and he's waiting for the truck to come by and pick them all up, and someone had moved, obviously kids or something, had moved all 50 bags into the middle of the street and lined them up, and half of them were spilled. And so
man.
I'm coming down my street, and they're, he's right across the street. So these bags are set up so I can't get into my driveway. And so I pull up. I'm with, like, I think Derek maybe and someone else. And we pull up and stop there because we can't get past. And I'm like, well, isn't this a bitch? And this son of a bitch comes outside. He's like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like,
Yeah, just trying to get in my driveway.
trying to get my driveway. And he would not believe me. He was really pressing the issue like, oh, okay, let's play this out really quick. So I went to my neighbor's house, pulled my car out of my driveway, went across the street, and put all these bags in front of my neighbor's house and my house
Yeah, that
so
makes
to
sense.
block my own entrance into my driveway. Totally makes sense. Finally, he was like, yeah, that doesn't make much sense. And so our relationship has been rocky out of the gate, but it's grown a little since. And I want to go over there and just go, dude, what's the deal with this?
He's got to be just as perplexed by you because
Yeah.
you don't give a fuck about yours.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
a good
So
point. He
it's
must be looking over there just like.
shaking his head.
and
S and MH.
I know you're right, and I feel bad about this because one year he was like, so, those leaves are quite a bitch, aren't they? And I get up, I'm like, yeah. Like, yeah, you got to get those up at some point. I'm like, yeah.
No, because he's
Do that.
pissed because they're
And-
blowing onto his shit.
Yeah, into his woods that he has to rake up. But he
Yeah.
loves raking, so I feel like I'm doing him a favor. And so he's like, if you need some help or something, I'd be glad to come over and give you.
Holy
Like
shit.
he offered to come give me a hand with the leaves. And I was like, no, we'll have none of that. You're all right. You're all right.
I've got an E here.
Yeah, that's okay.
So E, when you getting out there?
I think I don't know that I'm going to be raking any leaves this year.
Hold on. This has
Wait
been
a
an
minute.
annual deal where
yeah,
he gets out there.
and he blew it off last year.
Yeah.
For one, not true. Well, for one, the one time I did it, I did spend like 8 hours one day doing it, and I was given no compensation for that money.
Is that true?
I don't know that that's
no
true.
compensation.
It's 100% true. And you know what? I spent 8
Well,
hours. and
I
barely
was
even-
paying you $50 to rake the leaves, not fucking spend a couple hours out there raking them into a pile and then leaving.
No.
Who would pay for such
Are
work?
you too big to rake now?
I
E?
might. Be
was
too
shoddy
big to-
work.
For one, I might be. Yeah, you know what? Because now I will admit that was a little bit of my fault. I kind of took your strategy. I said, "Oh, I'm going to wait till a few more weeks here and then really
Yeah.
hammer them." Dude, but I spent 8 hours one time here, the time I did it, and it probably didn't even touch a quarter of what needed to be
Yeah,
done around here.
it's bad, man.
It's not that bad, though,
if,
Jay.
if
he
it's
can get
no,
out there and
if
handle
it's
that.
if it's left to Mike's strategy of waiting till the last leaf is gone, you could argue that if one person was just out there solo, even your boy over here,
It would take you several days.
it would be
Dude,
a
$50
week's
bucks
worth.
is $50. Going into the holiday season,
Well,
who
then
doesn't need
you
the
do it.
money?
You save
I'm not
your-
going to pay myself, E.
Well, find someone that will do that for $50.
How much were you charging? I think I offered you $50 last
I think
year.
you were supposed to give me 100 actually, and you gave me nothing.
You trying to rake me for $100? Son of a bitch.
Dude, I wonder what it would cost a certain.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Yeah.
1,000. Hey, everybody, there are a myriad ways to help the show, and one of which is the Listener Business Network. So check it out. It's at DetroitCast.com, and there you will find a Help the Show tab, and there, under which you will find a Listener Business page. It's a page that lists listener-owned businesses.
Yes.
So not only would you be helping us out, you'd be helping your fellow listener out by using these great businesses. Today's featured listings are Harvard Risk Management Corporation. They specialize in affordable identity theft protection and preventative legal services for individuals, families, and small businesses, as well as Old Time Photo. The most fun in Frankenmuth. Reserve your appointment online today. Promo code TDCJ. They also travel for weddings and special events. Now's the time to get out to Frankenmuth. I actually almost went this weekend.
To Frankenmuth?
Yeah.
For what?
You know, get into the Yuletide season.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
what?
Well,
Come
no,
on, man.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
For
it.
what?
Well, I knew it wasn't buttered noodles.
Oh, my God.
I'm forgetting that it's the
the
holiday.
Yuletide.
Yeah, it's the Yuletide. Where were you going to go? Zenders or
We're just going to go up and down the strip and check shit out.
Well, you got
Get in the season. Bronner's.
Bronner? Sure.
That whole downtown is quite magical, to be honest with you. It is.
The cheese house.
Yeah. Hell yes.
Yeah, we'll get up there at some point.
Yeah. I want to thank you, Jay, for getting me into a nice little Twitter war this morning. Always appreciate that. You drove me into a conversation
With
last
who?
night. A Notre Dame fan. I was trying to make the point. You were like, you were basically saying, it was towards the end of the show last night. You were saying, like, who does Michigan think they are that they deserve, like, why do you have these expectations that they're supposed to be having such a great
Good program,
season all the
one
time?
of 25 or 30 great programs.
Yeah,
Good programs.
And my argument was, look, I understand teams are going to have ups and downs. There's ebbs and flows to seasons and
Sure.
decades. But I
I
don't
remember
think
times when we were kids where USC sucked, where Alabama sucked.
Sure,
you know?
Notre Dame sucked.
Yeah.
And so that was my point, and I was basically saying I don't think it's out of the realm of acceptable for some of these classic big programs to expect to be really good every year. They're not going to be good every year, but I get why the fans would be like, hey, Notre Dame is going to be great, or SC, or Michigan, or Florida, or, you know, just those historically great teams. And so I was saying how I had mentioned, like, even Notre Dame had a rough decade a while ago where they sucked. And this guy's, you know, took issue with it. I clicked on his picture. Of course, he's wearing a Notre Dame shirt in it. And I almost have
Wonder
a
if he
grievance.
went there.
Well, that's your first charge is always, well, did this guy go to that
Yeah.
school?
It matters.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Well, you didn't go to one, so you
doesn't
can't
ma-
say whether it does or not.
It-
I
it's
went
the
to
mo-
one, and I can
don't
tell you
care.
from a
It's
person
the
who went to one,
dumbest-
it matters.
But then, no, you can make shit up if you want.
How
It's
is
not
that the
real.
dumbest argument ever?
Because it's
Go
sports.
ahead.
There are dumber arguments.
Because-
They're way dumber.
Because
Way
we
dumber,
are
but-
watching college sports. College sports is semi-professional football and semi-professional basketball. You're cheering for a team out of
I'm
Jersey.
telling you, it matters more if you went there.
It matters to you because you can decide to make that up if you want.
Okay.
But
You'll never know because you didn't go to one, and you never will.
Why do you think it
It matters because you live there.
I don't need to
your
know.
blood, sweat, and tears go into that school
Give me a
Yeah.
break.
in a way that somebody who hasn't spent time up there just doesn't understand.
Do I qualify the fact that I lived on campus with students and did pre-games at was it Munfield? Is that the
You
one?
don't even know the field that you did the pregame.
Well, I
at,
can't
and you're
remember
gonna
if
ask
that was
it counts
it
as
was
going-
Kalamazoo or it was Lansing. What's the
Miguel.
what's the
Oh,
field they all
Miguel.
party at? Which one is it?
Miguel.
Do you remember?
Yes, it's Mun.
Well, I said Mun.
Yeah,
But you were
didn't say it-
unsure.
You didn't,
You didn't say it with
on the
certainty.
authority
I
of
was
nature.
dude. It's been 20 years. Cut me some slack here. But tailgating with the fans and partying and this and that. I mean,
You have a better
best-
claim than he does.
Okay.
yeah, I'll accept that. I'll accept that.
So go on. What's
Shock.
your original point?
Well, I was gonna do this as a grievance, but I don't know that. I mean, this grievance found me, and basically,
That's the way it happens. Grievances find you. We don't look for our grievances.
exactly. But I don't even feel like it's grievance worthy enough to put a clock to it because it's just so interpersonal. But my problem is people that don't give you the benefit of the doubt
This
about
is a
what you're
grievance.
saying.
This is a grievance.
You think
Hold
so?
on. Yep.
People that don't give you the benefit of the doubt about what you're saying online. And I've got a couple examples lately. Bon Jovi Steel Horse. You know, it's a motorcycle. It's a tour bus. You know, Notre Dame had a rough decade, and this guy takes me to task bigly. And even when I explain myself, it's never enough. You're still a moron and an idiot and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sakes, can you give me the benefit of the doubt that I'm not attacking you and your fans and your team? Just making a simple point.
I don't know what you mean by whatever. I'll let it.
Yeah,
That's why I
mean,
said it was.
But
I didn't want to bring it. You forced it.
I'm with E. I don't really understand. Like, you expect some Notre Dame fan on Twitter to what? Go, dude, you're right. I mean, what do you...
Yeah, well, I guess it's the nature of Twitter, where someone says, "Hey, you're a piece of shit because of X that you said," and you go, "Oh yeah, well, you're a piece of shit because boom," and you hit them with something, and then it's never like, "Oh, I never thought of it that way." Cool. Like very rarely does that happen, and it's like no one wants to give each other the like. I never ever start with "you moron." Like never.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I don't understand. Maybe it's because we have a platform here with microphones, so we can do that here. And if you don't have that, the closest you can come is Twitter. And I think people are doing it on purpose to fuck with me, and that's what bothers me, because they know they can get my goat, like Barry Blast did this morning. At Walters Radio, you hack. I'm a hack. Notre Dame has not been down for years. They were in the title game in 2013 and in contention this year in 2015. Larger point is college football is highly cyclical now with a lot of parity. Very few exceptions, main one being Alabama. Hashtag DetroitCast.
Dude, did you say Notre Dame has been down for years, or did you say there was a period when Notre Dame was
I
down?
thought that's
because,
what I
dude,
said.
if you back up, beyond 2013, there was a period where Notre Dame was very down.
Very down.
Barry.
Yeah. Well, it continues. I said true, but there was a full decade plus that Notre Dame was down, at least by their standards. That was my point. It was actually a compliment to Notre Dame, saying that they would expect more. Oh, yeah? Which decade? You don't know much about what you're talking about. They had the Jerry Faust years in the 80s, but I doubt you even knew he was a coach there. Yeah, I did know that. And so I'm like, oh, I don't know. Maybe you think 5 to 9 loss seasons are acceptable. I thought Notre Dame had higher standards. Pretty rough 6-year run from 81 to 86. Equally shit run from 07 through 2011. That's 11 years where they averaged like 5 to 9 losses.
I remember
Horrible.
huge swaths of years where it was like, dude, NBC committed to this team,
Yes.
where they just were mediocre at best.
So he comes back,
And
that's
they're
not good
playing
enough.
they're playing service academies and shit, you know?
Yeah.
That's
Look at who they're
totally.
playing.
Yeah.
In the 90s, like dude, when I was like I know Michigan, it was always like Michigan wanted to beat State or Notre Dame, and State had their kind of rivalry with them too. But I don't think they were, they weren't winning national championships or going to the Orange Bowl or shit like that. And
They've had great years, they've had down years.
Exactly.
No question.
Exactly. So he comes back. Yeah, dumbass. I referenced the Gary Faust era, and I also stated college football is cyclical, and there is widespread parity. And Notre Dame consistently has one of the toughest schedules year to year. Nice you had to do some on-the-fly research just to prove to post a retort. It's like, yeah, dude, I did Google really quick because I knew I didn't remember exactly how bad they were. I don't follow Notre
the
Dame.
notion that there's a rules in a Twitter thing where like you're
Yeah.
trying to get at somebody and you can't look up a stat.
I had enough respect for you that I would at least go and do a quick bing and go, Notre Dame's record last 20 years, and just look at them and just be like, yeah, they lost 5 games this year, 6, 7, 9 games this year. Like, yeah, from 81 to 86, for 6 years, they were a fucking disaster.
Can I render a judgment?
Yeah.
Pussy. What do you care what this guy thinks? Who is this guy? Who the fuck are we
It's
talking
Barry
about?
Blast. It's fucking Barry Blast. And so I come back, dude,
Oh.
are you retarded?
Oh, jeez.
All I said was Notre Dame had some down years. They expect more. So does Michigan, Florida, SC, Texas, FSU. Traditional powerhouses that expect to win all the time. And his retort to that is, hashtag Twitter war with Walters, LMAO. It's like, you fuck! Barry Blast, he was doing it just to get my goat. He got my goat.
Really?
He got
Was
my goat.
It's fucking Twitter.
Stop getting my goat. It's too easy to do. And stop walking me down that road, Jay. You walk me into these fucking fires, and then I find myself fighting with Barry Blast all
What did
morning.
I do?
You know what? I don't even know what the grievance was. I almost have a grievance based
His
on that.
grievance is that people get mad on Twitter.
Right.
But he's the one getting mad on Twitter.
No, it's not that I knew I wouldn't word this properly.
Dude, you're not going to win anything on Twitter.
No,
like,
I
you're
don't
not gonna
have
get a
a-
plaque for what you won that one, dude. You got
It's-
a ribbon.
It's the I guess it's the strong response to someone that's just like, you fucking moron, and they misspell moron. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, really? You know,
There's a complete lack of civility. I will agree with you there.
yes. And so when I'm
It's never coming back.
When I'm gracious enough to go, okay, I'm going to step out of this and not call you an asshole or a moron. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you're just another guy out there that has a passionate point of view. Here's all I was trying to say. And that should be good enough. Go, yeah, okay, I see your point there, dude. Cool. Like, whatever. Like, we don't need to go back and forth. And then I think he was trying to get my goat, though. I think it was about getting my goat.
Sounded like
Which
it.
is why the Twitter war with Walters, hashtag. Anyway.
Ease's judgment,
I mean, I guess
old man
Don't
or
you dare,
pussy,
E.
it's not bona fide.
Yeah, I'd go old man, I guess, or
Little
Old
bit.
men,
Maybe that's
old
like-
men are not on Twitter, E.
But it's a failure to read what Twitter is all
Then
about,
pussy,
you know?
fine.
He
It's not
keeps
bona
time
fide.
after
Can't change
time
it.
coming back thinking Twitter's going to treat him differently.
I want respect out of Twitter.
I have
Is that
to
so
say,
much
like,
to ask for?
I don't know if this is even a grievance, and now that based on what he did it, I don't know if I have a grievance, I can. But like,
You know what? I was sensitive because I took so much abuse on Facebook and Twitter this last week about the fucking Bon Jovi tour bus.
And you were
it's-
absolutely right.
I was right. And no one has said, wow, I never thought. Nobody has come out and said, dude, I'll give it to you. You were right. No. It's all. And now, since they're proved wrong, it's just like, what are you listening to Bon Jovi for anyways, fag? The band sucks, fag. It's like, okay. That's not the point. The point isn't that Bon Jovi sucks,
I heard
man.
Bad Medicine on the way home last night.
Your love is like bad medicine. Bad medicine is what I need. Oh.
You ever heard that one, E?
I have not.
You're not missing out. That's the one that had the video with, like, they threw all the cameras into the crowd and, like,
Oh,
Sam
really?
Kinison warmed them up.
Oh, nice.
And so it's filmed, like, there's 100 cameras. Back then, the cameras are
Yeah.
huge, you know?
Just people holding them.
And they're all just, and it looks like fans shot it because it looks like shit. I believe that's
Dude,
a
I
Bad
had
Medicine video.
I had a curious Twitter interaction the other day. You know, I do my annual posting of the turkey dick.
I love it.
Turkey dick.
Yeah, you're saving it for
and,
E.
And I save it for E. And in reality, it's a turkey neck. But it's
Right.
while I'm cleaning the turkey, I take
Sure.
out the neck and then the bag of all the bullshit, the heart and all that shit. And I post it and I say, you know, happy Thanksgiving. Don't worry, Big E. I'm saving the dick for you. Hashtag turkey dick.
Right.
And then this guy comes back at me and he goes, but that's a turkey neck. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I thought that was a big, fat turkey dick. And then he goes on and on for like 5 more. No, dude, that's definitely a neck. I'm like, is this guy just fucking with me?
He's got to be. Of course he is.
And then I'm
Why
like-
would you pull a dick out of a fucking turkey's head slot?
But he doesn't know where I pulled it out of.
The
And
head slot.
Anyway, it's just, I don't know, Twitter's absurd.
Yeah, it's hard because you don't have you don't have tone and voice. You don't have sarcasm. Sarcasm doesn't come through. So, by all accounts, that guy could have been going, yeah, it's
Totally.
more like the neck. Duh.
Yeah, totally.
You know, it could have been, and Barry Blast could have been going, you fucking moron. You know, he could have been just being a smartass. But I don't know. You read it as for what it is. You take it for its words.
Yeah.
And then you get all worked up.
This is sort of where this went. I go, wait, it had to be hashtag turkey dick because the bird also came with a bag, which I assume held the hashtag turkey balls. It would only make sense. I didn't open the bag, though, so I'm not totally sure. And he says, oh, I see. Well, you might be right then. Can you do me a solid and open the bag and take a pic so I can see it? It might be the giblets, heart, liver, gizzard, maybe to cook along with the turkey neck.
He's got to be fucking right.
I hope so, dude.
If he's a listener, he has to know that you're fucking
I don't
around.
know. This is just some, I don't know, just some guy.
Yeah. Anyway, what's going on with our animals, man? You're ripping dicks out of turkeys. Cows are jumping off bridges.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Reindeer are getting slaughtered at an enormous rate. Big E's murdering fish.
Do you remember what happened to the reindeer last year where they all dropped dead? Bunch of them in a pile? They found like a herd of dead reindeer.
I thought it
He's
was like
shaking his head.
lightning. I thought
Oh,
it
it
was
was
like-
lightning, wasn't it? Yeah, they
was
all
that cows
They're
or
on that
reindeer?
because during a lightning storm they all get together.
Yes.
and they got fucking hit and it killed
Whacked.
like 100 of them.
Yes. I don't have the story in front of me, but like 104 reindeer were killed
Yeah.
over the weekend.
Hit by trains in Norway, right?
So what are they just running wild and trains are just like,
Some kind of mating thing. I think they're herding across this area and trains are just whacking them. I mean, they're magical creatures, as we know.
they are. None of them we'd know, right?
I don't-
These aren't like
Dancer, Prancer,
yeah,
etc.
This
No.
isn't the Hall of Fame.
I don't believe
group.
so.
Okay. That story about the cows, though. Oh man, come on, that stinks because there's like they transport them in those big giant trailers.
Don't you feel so bad when you pull up alongside and you see a bunch of hogs and they're just like,
Yeah.
looking
Where
around
are we
like,
going?
what the fuck am I doing in this trailer?
Nothing feels more unnatural to them than being in a metal bus going
Yeah.
across the country to be killed. Yeah. And so the horses, they'll just stack them in their own little pens in there, or these cows. And so the guy driving the truck gets into an accident on an overpass and flips his truck.
Oh,
And so the truck falls on its side right at the wall. And so these cows are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And
Out they tumble.
They tumble out and then down 50 feet to the ground below because they fell over the overpass.
Anybody get hit?
I don't know.
They fall into a freeway below?
Yeah.
Shit, man.
I don't know if they did or not, but the poor guy. What they must have been thinking.
Probably just writhing around with broken necks and stuff on the freeway. Oh, look at him.
Look at that one guy standing there like, guys, get up.
Guy landed on his feet like a cat.
He did. So did that guy over there.
Wow.
Guys, like, hey, man, get up, guys. You guys are in the middle of the road. We're going to get hurt. It's time to get up now.
Oh, man.
Poor guys.
In a lot of pain.
Oh, man. What do they do with those
bovines.
guys?
I think they put them out of their misery, Mike. They were about
I know,
to
but
anyway.
do they still fillet them? I mean, are they still
not?
Really?
Sure.
Yeah.
Scrape them up, put them back in the truck, and get them to where they were going.
And then did I hear correctly that you murdered a fish over the weekend?
Oh, Jesus.
2 fish, actually.
Were you at the Kennedys?
Yeah.
By the way, I thought
Too
about
much
you.
food or too little?
Maybe too much, I guess. The water.
He cared too much, Mike.
The water got a little.
Of course he did.
Killed him with his love.
Hold on. Before you get there, did you see the Thanksgiving parade, by the way?
No.
Dude, I flipped it on for a quick second, and there's rainbow fish.
Yeah, I saw a still of that.
Oh, my God. I was laughing so hard. Like,
Marcus Pfister.
Marcus Pfister. Anyway, go ahead, E. So you murdered some fish?
Well, I don't know what the deal was. I was not given any instructions to clean the water. I think what I think happened is they were gone for like almost 2 weeks. It wasn't 2 weeks, but like a week and a half. I don't know how often you change water, but the water was getting pretty foggy.
What were they, goldfish?
I think so.
Well,
Dude,
I mean,
They were gold. I don't know if they were.
they were fish, right?
They were fish.
Okay.
Were they this
But
big?
like I was feeding them every day. Putting a little pinch of water in, and instantly they'd all
Pinch of food, you
pinch
mean?
of food, and they'd come up and
Sure.
nibble.
As they do.
And then
Yep.
the last day, I pinch them like, they're usually instantly on this food. I look down and they're floating.
Oh, easy.
Floating in the water.
They didn't have any oxygen left, man. You have to. It's just a bowl, right? It didn't have any pump in it or
No,
anything.
so it probably needed to be
Oh,
cleaned. But I was not given
shit.
instructions to clean the tank, and I don't know how to clean.
Did you notice anything like, boy, they're swimming a little slower than usual?
I didn't even look at them.
Gasping.
I just
Yeah.
every day, but a few pinches of food in the tank.
Did they look like they were longtime pets, or were they just basic
Well,
feeder
luckily,
fish?
I found out that the one had been there for like years. So
Well,
the
that's
fish.
great.
Yeah.
No, but fish have a
Eee.
lifespan, man.
It's a family member at that
And the
point.
one
E.
had been.
Did it have like fancy fins?
I don't. That's what I
Or
wonder.
was it a feeder fish?
That's my wondering. Like I want to say
This is
gold.
wondering.
I want to say it was a goldfish, but they looked a little nicer than a goldfish. To be honest with you,
Fancy style, right?
maybe a fancy goldfish.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a fancy.
There are.
Okay.
They're fancy versions, like big puffy ones with cool fins.
But
and
the
stuff.
one I
Yeah.
guess had only been there a year. So
I probably shouldn't tell this story, but I will. I'll
You'd
try
take
to.
'em back, wouldn't
well, I'll leave names out of this and stuff. But I have a buddy that his girlfriend was asked to watch a dog. One of those like, hey, we're going out of town. Can you come over and feed our dog twice a day and then let it out to go party and
Does
stuff? And
Bugatti Casino end up with this dog?
no, Bugatti Casino does not end up with this dog. But then it was like, yeah, no problem. It's a neighbor. I can run over there and let the dog. And then it's like, oh, by the way, we have this fish too. Can you feed that for us? And she's like, sure. And so they've got one of those elaborate, big, colorful fishes.
Saltwater.
I don't know what it was, but
It was a nice fish.
it was a nice big fish, big family pet.
Probably
and
expensive.
It had a name. Like they loved this thing, and so my buddy is there. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going over there with my girlfriend. They're gonna show us how to feed this fish and stuff. I guess, introduce us to this fish." And so this is when, or he was there getting the dog instructions. This is when she announces, "I have this fish. Can you just feed this to him?" My buddy's like, He's like, that is a gorgeous fish. Can I get some pictures of that thing? Immediately pulls out his phone and starts taking pictures at every angle of this fish. And so they leave, and his girlfriend's like, what was that all about? And he's like, oh, when that thing fucking dies on your watch and we have to replace it, I want to know exactly what it looks like. 24 hours later, phone rings. Oh, my God, the fish is dead. And so he had evidence of exactly what this fucking thing looked like.
Replaced it?
Went to the store and was like, it matched everything. Got this fish, threw it in there. No one's been the wiser.
Oh my God!
Pulled it off. I'm like, dude,
Wow.
this is a bad plot to an '80s movie.
What did she do so wrong in 24 hours? You know what I mean?
The best that we can come up with, I guess, where this fish
like-
keeps his home is in a bowl, like in the laundry room, and so she thinks maybe like the blinds were open and
All the sunlight
sun came in and just
fried it.
I mean,
But
Something
like, would that
grew in
really
the.
be like her fall? Like, could she have opened the blinds? Like,
No, I don't know, but
So it's just a goldfish again, just in a bowl.
it was in a bowl. It was more elaborate than just the bowl, but it was just this one fish, big fish, expensive or whatever. And
think
so
about buying new. Maybe I should have just
Yeah,
gone to
you
the
should
Meijer
have,
and just
dude.
bought two
Never
fish.
thought of that. E.
I didn't think
That
about
should
it.
be the first thought.
I mean, that's the easiest animal to pull that trick off
Yeah.
with, right? I mean, humans are hard.
I think
Humans are the
only one
hardest.
You could. I mean, we saw what happened with Jinxie Cat.
Yeah, that's true.
You can-
I think it.
No, you can tell.
You could do a gerbil, maybe.
Yeah, guinea
It's a
pig.
standard brown.
Yeah, but if it's got any markings at all,
Yeah.
anything
It's
at all,
tough.
it's
I wonder
tough.
what would have happened if I would have just bought 2 goldfish and threw it in there, and never said anything.
I mean, what did they say when they got home? Did you go, oh, by the way, your fish are
Well,
dead?
I didn't. You know what? I didn't even see them when I got home. I just finally the last day I just sent a message saying, "Oh my God, I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened, but I just said I think one of your fish is dead, even though there was 2."
I think.
Yeah, I think. So you were going to take credit for killing one of them, but not the other one. That's on you guys if that one's dead.
Unreal.
I left with one alive.
Dude, you know what? I put the pinch of food in every day like I was instructed. I was not instructed to clean the bowl.
I think that's asking too much, anyways. If they're asking you to clean the bowl,
Gone for 2 weeks. You have to, dude.
How often
it's
do you think?
lacking
For real,
oxygen.
how often do you think you have to clean that?
A week?
Every week?
Yeah.
I think
Shit.
you have to take the fish with you on vacation. Then that's too much to ask an E. You can't
That's
ask an
definitely
E
what
to
happened.
clean out
Then.
the bowl.
You know what? I've house sitted for them many times though. But maybe this was just a little longer than those times.
Yeah.
Hey, Zot M59 Dodge Rams Black Friday sales event only happens once a year. Unfortunately, it's happening right now. Lease the award-winning new 18 all-wheel drive Dodge Charger GT at $249 a month. This is a 24-month lease on a loaded all-wheel drive Dodge Charger at just $249 a month. And when Zot M59 Dodge Rams Black Friday sales event ends, so does this irresistible deal. See details and their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
I was reading this morning, Jay, about Richard Branson. You know, the Virgin
Sure.
owner. He's been accused of sexual harassment by a singer. My first thought was, does Richard Branson even give a shit? Like, he owns his own island. And
Yeah, last time we talked about
multi-billionaire.
Dick
Like,
Branson, he got hit hard by the hurricane, right?
yeah, and he had a bunch of like his sons and like their friends down in the basement. They were all
Bunker.
drinking wine
Yep.
and playing backgammon or some
Yeah.
shit. It looked like fun. Although I think we took issue with the amount of chips in the bowl they had.
That was ridiculous.
Wasn't it just
It's like somebody refill that shit, man.
yeah, come on, we're bunkering down here. You know there's more chips. Fill the bowl. What are we doing? Anyway, there's this woman, Antonia Janae, and she shared a story with The Sun in which she claims that Branson stuck his head betwixt her titties and motorboated him. And that's her quote. She says that he did that move to her. He was blowing and making engine noises. At the time, Janae was a backup
You ever
singer.
do that? You ever do that, E?
No,
You've
I've
never
not been-
done
I've
that?
not been
You've never
allowed.
motorboated?
Man.
No.
Never had the joy
Oh,
of motorboating?
shit.
Dude,
Dude, it's so much fun, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we get someone to donate a pair of titties just for 1 minute to let Easus motorboat them? Please, is there any listener out there that would be nice enough? Maybe on Thursday.
Yeah.
We could make a big deal about it Thursday.
Somebody
we
bring
go
some
there.
titties that he can use.
Yeah, just really quick. You can run to the bathroom, wash them right off. No big deal.
Shoot yourself in the head. Whatever you have to do.
Yeah, over the clothes. You can keep your clothes on. Or do we want her braziered, or can she keep her top on? Do
I
you
think
care?
you have to have bare titties to motorboat properly.
Yeah, but just to get him started, a starter motorboat.
set.
Starter motorboat. Do it over the clothes. Something. If anyone's got the balls to do that. So this chick was a backup singer for Joss Stone. Remember Joss Stone?
Yeah.
Who was like really hot for like a year. So obviously she was a backup singer there. So there was a concert, and afterwards they were invited back to his private island. How fun would that be? Mm-hmm. And he went brrr, and just walked away. Joss and I were like, "What the hell was that?" Everyone was wondering why I wasn't angry because I'm usually a firebrand, but I was just too shocked. Branson tried to get her to show her titties later on and was trying to convince her to walk topless on the beach as well, which I don't have a problem with that. I mean, no harm in asking, right? No harm in asking. I own the beach. Consider it a topless beach. Feel free. There's nothing wrong with that. A spokesperson for Branson confirmed that the members of Joss Stone's band were invited to a party in 2010, but that no one seemed upset afterwards. So what's the problem? Richard has no recollection of this matter, Neither do his family and friends who were there with him at the time. There would never have been any intention to offend or make anyone feel uncomfortable. Dick apologizes if anyone felt that way.
So many motorboating incidents. He just doesn't remember this one.
Dude, I mean, where do we stand, gentlemen, on motorboating? I mean, is that...
Are we really going to have this is it appropriate to walk up to
'Cause
some woman in motorboat? Really?
I mean, if you've invited her to stay as a guest on your island, I mean, at least you could
deserve
do
a motorboat.
just one time. It's so fun. It's so fun.
Hey, Wasik Insurance Services, they are the choice for all types of insurances,
Jay bums
auto,
out.
home. I mean, what? Yeah,
It's so
it is
fun.
fun
Oh.
with a consenting,
Yeah,
you know,
that whole
partner.
consent part thing.
Yeah, Wasik Insurance Services, they are the choice for all types of insurances, auto, home, life, business, commercial, and more. Owner Brent Wasik has 29 years in the business. Call him today for a free, no-obligation quote, 734-455-1900. Brent will personally assist you, not some random employee sales guy. He can review your current policies free of charge, give you recommendations. Brent's an awesome guy, easy to work with, loves the Detroit Cast like you. Call him today, 734-455-1900.
And he had a beer with E over the at the Lions
That was nice
game.
of him. Did you buy him a beer, E?
Did you guys have a
Oh.
beer or just take a picture?
Oh, just a photo.
He was in
Yeah.
the woo hat picture, right?
Hell yeah.
My hard helmet, my Lions hard helmet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They really wanted to meet your dad.
I know. I figured that's really what was
What does your
about.
dad think, by the way, when listeners come up to you and like want a picture? That's got to be weird for him.
I don't know what he thinks.
Because you saw some people at the parade, too,
Yeah,
right?
I saw someone
And at the
ran it-
Seeger concert, remember someone
Yeah.
bought him and his dad a beer?
I don't
at
think, you know
Seeger?
what, I gotta be honest, I don't think my dad and I have been out in a while where someone hasn't said something, so...
He's very identifiable
He
in the
is.
wild.
He is. Like,
You see that
I can...
sneech like a lope, just loping through the crowd. He's
And-
tall. He's got the greasy plume.
And you can hear him. If he's
hear him.
having a conversation, it cuts through.
Toothy grin, recognizable glasses. He's very easy to spot.
I can walk through anywhere, unassuming, and nobody will say a word. E every weekend. Yep, ran into some listeners at blah blah blah. It's like, oh yeah,
Plus, he's out and about everywhere.
Yeah.
So, chances of seeing him are pretty good.
yeah. Anyway, Al Franken said I'm embarrassed and ashamed. Have I asked you, Jay, like what your thought is for all these people that are in these political positions, whether it's and putting partisan politics aside, it's really hard for people to do that. But like Roy Moore or Al Franken, do you think these people? It's like, dude, you got to step down. These allegations are piling up from people. Do you believe it's like if someone says no, I didn't do that we give them the benefit of the doubt and see where it goes? Or do you
To
think?
an extent, it's a sliding scale.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel because there is a difference between Roy Moore, who I think absolutely was targeting teenagers. Absolutely.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. And Al Franken, where there's picture evidence and he's admitted basically to it and apologized.
He hasn't admitted to it. He says he's a friendly guy who loves to hug and he's very endearing toward constituents and shit like that. He didn't say he grabbed her ass.
Oh, no, not those. He doesn't remember any
Yeah.
of those. But he apologized profusely and said it was wrong of me to do that to a sleeping tweeting
sure.
or whatever, like that whole thing. And so he's returning to Congress.
Rolling up his sleeves to help the American people.
And I'm going back to work for the people and gradually regaining voters' trust. He spoke to some media outlets yesterday and said, of course, he doesn't remember any of the photos. None of those photos. Don't remember a single one of them.
It takes thousands of photos with people, and he's just a
Sure.
guy who likes to give hugs. You
Yeah,
know?
and pat butts, whatever. He doesn't remember it, but such groping is not something I would intentionally do. Asked whether he expected other women to step forward. He said, well, if you asked me 2 weeks ago, would any woman say that I treated her with disrespect? I would have said no. So this has just caught me by surprise. I certainly hope not. My guess is there probably will be more. He's welcoming the Senate ethics investigation. I love these, like he's not part of the thing they're investigating. It's like, well, let's see how this plays out. Let's let the investigation run its course, and we'll see if I'm a pig or not.
I know. It seems very pointless.
It does. It's so funny, but yeah, I'm trying to handle this in a way that adds to an important conversation and to be a better public servant and a better man.
Women should be heard and all this. Right?
That's my goal. Oh yeah, they need to be believed.
Very supportive of women now.
Yeah, of course. Always has been. And Roy Moore, did you see the story coming out on one of his accusers today?
No.
That she's got some violent history and criminal background, and I guess his law firm was fighting against her in a custody battle where they took this kid away from this teenage mom. What was her name? Tina Johnson, and declared her to be an unstable mother. And she was brought up on all kinds of charges, but she's the one that says he was grabbing her while he's the lawyer representing, trying to get custody to her mom, right?
Okay.
You following this?
Yeah.
And so they're in his office signing paperwork to make this final. Mom walks out of the office first, daughter's right behind her, and that's when he chooses to just get a handful of buttocks. Just give me a squeeze of that buttocks.
Again, end game. What the hell is your end game, man?
Yeah, I don't know if I believe this. I mean, the point of this story coming out is to say, she's got a shaky background. She went into rehab. She's been on meds and under psych care since she was 15, and blah blah blah. So it's to paint her as a villain. I don't know. I don't know where that goes, but I'm sure that dude was as big a creep as they say. That story about him being banned from the mall is still the funniest fucking story ever.
That's incredible, dude. You got to be a creeper.
Yeah. And then Donald Trump apparently has been telling people, like other senators and stuff, that I don't think that's me on the Access Hollywood tape saying grab her by the pussy.
What?
No, he's not.
There are lots of people that do impressions of me. They've been doing it for years. Like,
why is he going back to
why would
this?
we? What are we doing here, Don?
Dude, I think everyone's kind of I hate to say it, but I think a lot of people have forgotten about it already. In a way,
Well, here's the problem. All these people are accusing Roy Moore, and so every time Trump says, he says he didn't do it. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Fuck, we don't want a Democrat in there. That'd be terrible for the Second Amendment. That's the last thing we need. And, blah, blah, blah. He goes through his whole litany of reasons why you don't want a Democrat there. And so it's given people ammo to go, he'd rather have a pedophile in office than a Democrat. What a piece of shit. And it makes sense because he's a predator himself.
Yeah.
And so he's taking that attack on him and going, it's not true. I'm not a predator. In fact, pretty sure that Access Hollywood tape is fake.
Oh, man.
my gosh, shut up.
It's fake news. Yeah, so he's let's see here. He suggested to a senator earlier this year that tape was not authentic and repeated the claim to an advisor more recently. Grab him by the pussy, they'll let you do anything. It reminds me, though, of him, like when he, remember his PR guy, John Miller? Do you remember that story?
I do.
And it was like, he at one point admitted that like he was John Miller. It was when he and Ivanka, I guess, is that his first wife's name, or Ivanka or
Ivana?
Ivana. Ivanka's his daughter.
Yeah.
Ivana, when they broke up, and so like People Magazine was calling him, and he's like, yeah, Donald's not available. I'm his PR guy, John Miller, and the chicks are all over him. Even Madonna wants to sleep with him. He's the most eligible bachelor ever. People love him. And she's like, boy, you sound an awful lot like Donald. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but Donald, all the women love Donald. Gotta go. Again, it's John Miller, not Donald Trump.
God.
And then other times he would be John Barron, which is funny too because
Barron is his
son's name. God, that kid creeps me out, dude.
Yeah, he's got a horror movie kind of vibe to him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Did you see him at the turkey pardoning?
Yes.
You know how they do that? That might be the dumbest thing that presidents do, is they pardon this turkey prior to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stupid routines they go through, but that might be the dumbest. So there they are standing there, and there's Barron all suited up, and he's just standing there kind of like staring at the turkey blankly.
Yeah. It's that
something's up with
weird.
that kid.
It's that weird blank look, and I don't want to like, oh, he's got this or he's got that, but there's just,
He might.
dude. I mean, good-looking kid. He's grown a foot since they went into office.
Oh,
He
really?
looks taller by the day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But every
yeah, his dad's 6'3". That's a tall kid, man.
yeah, for a 12-year-old or whatever he is, 11. But yeah, I see he's trying to make up for his dad's exceptionally long tie by having his 2 inches too short.
Oh,
Did
nice.
you notice in the last picture that he had up? But I saw him getting onto Air Force One as a family. They were going somewhere, and every time they show this kid,
Blank.
it's like Donald does the thing where he makes his way to the cameras, who are all just throwing questions at him, and Melania and Barron will be walking the plane, and it's just the most blank. I've never seen any sort of reaction on his face.
Yeah,
like
anybody home,
laughing.
dude? Right, I'm with you.
It's weird. I don't know what you do about it, but
I don't know what you do about it.
I don't know what
I
I'm
don't know
saying.
what
Like,
you do about it.
I don't. Well,
Dude,
put a mask on him. I don't know. Put
know
a
what you
smiley
do
face
about
on
it.
it. No, kind of feel like a dick because it's highly likely that there's something,
Yeah.
some sort of on the spectrum somewhere thing, and that's a terrible thing to make fun of unless it's E. And so I don't want to be like that with Barron, but it's something that's very noticeable. I don't know. How fun would that foursome of golf be? Did you see that foursome of golf?
Yeah, Tiger, Trump, and then who?
You had Dustin Johnson,
Yeah.
the world's #1 golfer, and then poor Brad Faxon wasn't mentioned in the tweet. He's an
I don't
pro
even know who
golfer.
that is. Brad Faxon?
Yeah, he was on the Ryder team, U.S. Ryder team. He was a pro for a long time. He's retired, and so they played a friendly game for money, and so it's Tiger Woods and the #1 ranked player in the world versus the retired golfer Brad Faxon and Donald Trump. Now they're letting Trump and Faxon go from the blues, okay, the blue tees, which are 6,500 yards for the course, and Dustin Johnson and Tiger go from the whites, which is like another 1,000 yards total.
They're just doing best ball.
I don't know what they were doing.
They
They
had
don't
to,
say.
right?
They don't say.
How many times did Trump play Faxon's ball? That's what I want to
Well,
know.
good question.
Every time?
See, I don't know if they were just keeping score of each other and then they tallied at the end, but they were like, it came down to a 9-foot putt by Faxon on the 18th. He missed it, so they tied. And I'm like, and then they were going on and on about how brilliant Tiger looked and, oh, man, his swing and his short game. And I'm like, there's no way Tiger Woods and the #1 player in the world are going
Wouldn't
to
seem
push
so.
with Donald Trump and Brad Faxon. What are you
No,
talking about?
It's crazy. And if they did, Donald's playing way too much golf,
Yeah. I think he's
which
played
I think is documented.
80 rounds in 308 days.
Yeah, it's like 3 times what any other president's done, right?
Yeah, and I vividly remember him ragging on Obama
Totally.
all the time.
Totally. It wouldn't be
for
that big a
golfing.
deal but for what you just mentioned.
Right.
He sat there and ragged on Obama. And that is bothersome, this notion. Again, it goes back to, is it really a tough job? It is if you're Trump and getting hammered by
It is
everybody.
if you're the advisors that are making the actual
Dude, he has
plans.
all these advisors who just go, Mr. President, here's X, Y, or Z.
I'm going to go with Y this time. Settle down, X.
We went
I'll come
X
back to you
last
next time, X.
Yeah. I'm going to go golf, do Y.
Flip a coin. We'll do X this time. Z next time. Settle down, Z. I wonder how much cheating goes on. I mean, if you're on Trump's golf course, you think he's just kicking balls out of
Fuck
the
yes.
out of the rough and shit on trees.
There's no question it's best ball. There's no question. Right?
I hadn't even thought about that, but it's got to be. And so Brad Faxon basically pushed with Tiger, and
Yeah.
They say Trump is actually really good. Tiger was like, he's really good actually. And I'm like, yeah, but you're Tiger Woods. He's the president. You almost have to say that as a gracious guy. I've seen him play tennis. Like, dude, that's all I need to see to know that he's just not that terribly athletic.
He's wearing the right gear, though.
I loved his tweet too about after turkey call, I will be heading over to Trump National Jupiter to play golf quickly with Tiger Woods, Justin Johnson, then back to Mar-a-Lago for talks about bringing more jobs to America.
He's like, do you see what I did there? I undercut the notion that I could be criticized for this golf round.
Yeah.
Because I said it was quickly.
Quickly. What's wrong with quickly?
I'm very savvy.
And I think it's appropriate that he calls Turkey on Thanksgiving. So after the turkey
Calls
call,
Turkey?
yeah, the president of Turkey.
Oh.
That's what he was doing when he says after turkey call, as if everyone knows what his daily routine is.
Gotcha.
But that's what he was doing. He was calling the turkey guy. Then people picked up on the quickly, and it became its own spiraling out of control thing. Yeah, there he is playing tennis.
Oh, boy, he's in a suit.
All right. Can't, dude, he's in a suit. Why?
Imagine in dress shoes trying to return a fucking ball. And the guy, of course, graciously saved it. Of
Yeah.
course, it was going long.
And that one was, I don't know, 20 feet wide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The better one is him in those white shorts.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
those
here comes
white-
another underhand. Oh, into the net.
bounced
into
it
that.
4 feet before the net.
Now,
Wait,
in
I
his
gotta-
defense, he is wearing a full friggin' suit.
I
dude.
gotta see that again though. That was terrible.
He let that one double bounce before he bothered to get it.
Are
I'll
they
give him
just
that.
clapping for the fact that he has hit the ball?
Yeah.
Suit or not, Shay.
He's hit the ball. He's hit the ball.
I don't care if you're in a suit. That was terrible.
1, 2 bounces, 3 bounces, and
And oh,
And
oh,
wide.
He's gonna quit then.
if we were playing doubles, that would have been good. I thought we were playing doubles. Oh, so funny. That would be fun. They said going out with him was awesome. They were like, you would think you'd have to be like, mind what you're saying. Nah, not at all. Everything goes with this guy. He's telling us what he hates about the job, what he loves about the job. Dude, how fun would that foursome be?
Yeah.
To kick around quickly for 18 with Trump like that. God, that'd be fun.
Quickly.
Quickly. Very quickly. Got to get back to work. Bringing jobs. Back to America. See, my girl lost last night.
Your girl.
Poland.
Oh, Poland, yeah.
Poland got screwed.
Your housekeeper's niece, was it?
Niece, yeah. I was bitching on Twitter last night
Did
about
she place? Like,
No.
Didn't even make the final round?
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Miss South Africa wind. Boy, they do not want white people anywhere near. Like, if you got blue eyes or blonde hair, get out of here. I mean, it was browns and blacks, and that's where we're going. And then the whitest one here, I'm pretty sure that's a chick. I think it's Thailand, who's like 6'4".
Holy shit.
I don't know how she wormed her way in there, because, I don't know, she must have killed it on the questions part. Anyway, they're talking about this Miss South Africa chick. Her name is Demi-Lee Nell-Peters, which is interesting. She's got a business management degree, Jay, and she teaches self-defense courses for women. And last month when she was crowned Miss South Africa, she was hijacked in her car, and proving her skills, she was able to elude them by jumping out of the car and running, and then some passerby saw her running on the street and picked her up and brought her to safety and blah, blah, blah. And so good for her.
Put him back. That Thailand chick, as mentioned, was your point she doesn't look like she's from Thailand?
Yes,
I mean,
very
my
much so.
Understanding is typically Asian. Asian looking in Thailand.
Wait.
She's very tall and looks, I don't know, European.
Because I thought that picture there where she's in the black in the middle there, she looked more Asian than that. She doesn't look very Asian. In this one. I would have pegged Thailand too.
And Sri Lanka?
Yeah. South Africa, and then got it. Dude, are you sure that's 2017, E?
That's what I Googled. Miss
There's
Universe.
South Africa up front. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought there was because
Okay,
see this girl with the big afro here. I don't see her in that picture that E's got. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But her question was, what do you think most important issue facing women in the workplace? What do you think her answer was?
Women in the workplace?
Yeah.
Well, she had to say sexual harassment, right?
No.
Pay disparity?
Pay disparity, very good. Yeah. And she gave the bullet points about, 75%. They make 75% of the dollar that a man makes. Blah, 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 blah. In today's story of, I don't care. Prince Harry.
Oh, I thought that was...
Oh, that was too, yeah. Actually, the last four stories we've done.
Yeah, Prince Harry, man.
And Meghan Markle.
Yeah, an American.
Were you familiar with her?
Not at all. Not at all.
She was on a TV show called Suits,
Yeah.
I guess. I barely heard the name. Like when they said, oh, he's dating Meghan Markle, I was like, oh, okay. I think I've heard of that name. I don't recognize her. But they've been engaged now. I guess they got engaged a few weeks ago, but the announcement was made this morning.
Yeah, I thought I saw something showing her outstanding ring a couple weeks ago. So this is
Really?
not, this is, they may have announced this, but this was very well known by insiders.
Why do people care about this story this much?
know, dude.
Like, honestly, can even if it's like I don't agree with it, but here's why. Here's why this is important. Because this will be a massive deal. Like the first 8 stories on any paper I looked at today is about this and where they're going to live and what the ring and what the families are going to be like. And I'm like, who fucking cares?
Yeah, I'd say it matters more because she's an American, so that's remarkable to the American news media. But when Kate married, what's his name, Harry, it was friggin' enormous.
Not
Harry. What's his name?
Yeah, the bald one. I feel bad for him.
His older brother.
Yeah, not Charles. William. Jesus, dude.
No, it's big news whenever these assholes move like this. I don't get it either. I've never gotten it. I don't know why anyone cares.
Yeah. Can you believe how long that queen is hanging on? I mean, dude, is it Prince Edward or Prince Charles?
Chuck has to just be shaking his head.
He should have been running this fucking kingdom years ago.
Yeah. I saw her on horseback the other day.
Dude, I know.
Yeah. Just out for a stroll.
Like, not piggybacking on someone else riding a horse.
On an equine.
Yeah, by herself. She had security with her, but you know what we're saying. I mean, he's got to be thinking, like, would it be hard not to, like, walk by here at a staircase and just be like,
Clip a wing?
Just a quick hip check? Because, I don't know, man. I feel like it's his time. He's never going to get in there.
I know. He's only going to have a few years then, once he is.
Harry apparently said, I knew Markle was the one the very first time we met. They'll always say that, don't they?
Hey, E, pull up pictures of James Hewitt. Polo pro James Hewitt. Harry's real dad.
Yeah.
I mean, this is indisputable, dude.
To me,
there
it
is
is
no fucking way he's Chuck's kid.
Yeah.
No way.
Because you look at William and you go, oh, yeah, Chuck's kid.
Yes.
For sure. You look at Harry and it's like,
And it's not just the ginger hair. I mean,
It's the nose, the mouth.
yeah, the nose very much.
Yeah.
I just, whatever.
Yeah, whatever, but it's obvious, and I don't think DNA tests have ever been done. People have, like,
He's just been playing
suggested...
this- yeah, he's just playing this game. Oh, he denies it, although it's very publicly known and admitted that he had an affair with Diana around the relevant time. Yeah.
I'm not suggesting Charles should treat him any different. I mean, you raised him as your own. That is your boy. But it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger banging his maid, and then they have a kid. It's like, Arnold, you can't fuck random girls that have a kid and expect that it's not going to at least look something like
Right.
you. Like, it's going to have features of Arnoldism.
Arnold.
Bigly. And this is what's happened here. Like, there's a lot of Hewitt in that kid.
Yeah, there is a lot of Hewitt in
know?
that kid. But I'll say this about Harry. It seems from afar that he seems to be, I don't know, a more normal guy than a lot of those royals kick out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, yeah.
More down to earth a little bit, if that's possible.
Dude, he's the guy that's going to get in trouble being naked running through a hotel in Vegas.
He's the guy who wore the Hitler outfit for Halloween.
Yeah, the Nazi swastika on his armband, and is basically like, yeah, go fuck yourselves. It's a Halloween costume. It's supposed to be scary. These Nazis are scary, you know. And it's like, but no one cares. But it's so out of the royalness of everything. Like, everyone's so prim and proper. People are making a big deal out of the fact that she's divorced at one point.
Oh, really?
But so is her dad, and so is that gross chick he's married to now.
Camilla Parker Bowles.
Oh, Camilla Parker Bowles was married at one point too. So it's not that big a deal anymore.
Dude, remember that story we did where it was disclosed that Chuck wanted to be Camilla Parker Bowles' tampon?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Take that in for a second.
That was sex
Recorded.
talk. That was recorded sex talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there
I
audio?
want to be your tampon.
Ugh. Dude, wouldn't you time out on the conversation right there and go, look, Chuck, I appreciate you trying. I get it. You know, this isn't easy for a lot of people. But how about we stick to these areas? Like, let's run this again. But I want to be your tampon.
Yeah.
No. Never acceptable. Never.
Even Backdoor Man would have been so much better.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. You could totally be a backdoor man. I just know we're going to get so sick of it. Like, dude, the amount of times I see Baby George. Oh, look at Baby George in his new blue sailor outfit. I'm like, oh, good. I hope someone runs him over. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about what George is wearing.
Then everybody runs
as a
out and
toddler.
buys what Baby George is wearing.
Why?
You know, Pottery Barn Kids is now carrying George's little sweater, a replica. You know, it's all bullshit.
It's so obnoxious.
I don't
And
get it. I don't get it.
You're right about Harry, though. I do respect the fact that he's doing the. What are you going to do? He can't go just be like a lawyer. You know what I mean? Like, that'd just be too distracting in a courtroom. So it's like, okay, I guess, I'm born to just do philanthropic work. I mean,
Yeah.
my mom started it. I went into the military, gave my couple years of service.
Oh, he gave a lot of service, I think.
Yeah.
Helicopter pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave a decent amount. And yeah, he's
And he was the one fighting to go to war bigly, too, wasn't he? Wasn't he the one that was like, I want to go with my boys? And they were like, no,
Yes,
no.
I think
We'll have
that's
none of
correct.
that. Your royalties, Dude, I'm fifth in line. Fuck off. I'm going over there. I'm never going to get a seat at the table.
Right.
Come on.
Good luck to him.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Yeah. Hope this is the one. I'd be a bachelor guy if I was in the kingdom. They've apparently got this badass house right there in Kensington Palace. Oh, what a life.
Can't believe that people finance that shit. I just don't get it.
I know. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, Americans are bigger star fuckers than anybody as they, anoint people like the Kardashians and so forth, but we're not publicly financing them.
But they don't have any real power, right?
No.
The people in Kensington,
No,
it's
it's
just
all
like
show.
It's all show, money, and
It's all just a game, a drama that they've watched for centuries.
you think that ever plays out, or is it just so ingrained historically that it's just forever? We'll just do
Yeah,
this.
I think it's ingrained.
Yeah. Well, let's take a quick break, and we never mentioned that that attack, that mosque attack over the weekend. Holy shit!
Over 300
man.
people, right?
Dude, 305 now. Yeah, so we'll get to that. We've got other things too. We'll do all that next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hi, Michael Kowalski here, aka the Sausage King of Detroit. Everyone knows Kowalski sausages have been satisfying folks for over 4 generations. That's right, my dad's sausages, his dad's sausages, his dad's sausages, and even my sausages have been satisfying customers for almost 100 years. We call that Kowalski quality. So for your next feast, choose Kowalski and just tell them Mike sent you.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast, powered by DealsInTheD.com. Mike and Jay. And Jay, I was just thinking as I walked upstairs, we were talking about the Royals.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go on record and say right now, if there was audio of my dad saying he wanted to be my mom's tampon, my relationship would forever be changed with him.
Be tough.
Like, dude, I'm being dead serious. I don't think I could ever look him in the eyes and not think about that. Like,
That'd be tough, man.
Like, think about your
what if
dad,
it wasn't
Bill and
your real
Cheryl.
dad, though? What if your real dad was a polo pro?
Okay, we'll let Harry off the hook. But
William,
like every time you walk in the
Bill's
room,
looking at Chuck, just going, God damn, a
tampon?
tampon.
fuck.
You want to soak up her ovum?
Oh, Dad. I couldn't. Could you look at Bill the same ever again? Or would you just be like, nah, dude, I'm sorry. I love you. You're my dad. But
wow, you're a deviant dude.
Because they know. I mean, there's been news reports about it. The audio exists. It's like, man,
Camilla Puckables.
she's a looker too, isn't she?
She sure is. Hey, Mike, we should mention the Amazon link. Hopefully people are using it today on Cyber Monday, this day of recording. And also use it plenty as we move through the Yuletide season. It's important to us. Please use our affiliate links. You'll see Amazon and Groupon links above the fold at DetroitCast.com. Click on them. Shop away. Doesn't cost more. The key is, though, that you click through our links. And with Christmas right around the corner, Amazon is the place to shop. And don't forget about MyPillow.com for all your bedding-related needs. Use TDC code for the very best discount at MyPillow.com.
Yeah, he gives us a great kickback on that, so that's really helpful to us. The bookstore, the TDC bookstore, the merch, we've got new merch in there.
Merch.
This year.
Order by the 5th, and you are insured to get it prior to Christmas.
Yes, there's
under Help the Show, you'll see our merch tab there as well. It's a new store, new stuff.
Yep.
It's good.
You won't be charged shipping
For
if you
every
bought
item.
8 shirts and wanted them all sent to you. You won't be charged 8 times shipping. There's a new logo too, and so it's we're excited about it. So go check it out. I don't know. I have a feeling, Jay, you're going to be cynical and not like these stories. I kind of like these stories. These we saw this last year, I think, with the woman who texted someone, was like, hey, the baby has come now. It's a girl or whatever. And the guy's like, who the fuck is this and shit? And she's like, oh, I must have texted the wrong person. And the guy showed up at the hospital
I remember
with a
that
present.
story.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Black dude strolls into the hospital with a present for the baby.
That's awesome. Same thing happened with a Thanksgiving meal.
Yes. So I don't really remember this from last year.
I do. Isis, remember this story?
I remember the one he referenced for sure.
Kid ended up showing up for dinner.
Yeah.
Dude, this one cracks me up because we've all texted the wrong person or had to write like, who is this?
Yes.
Recognize a number or
She's
something.
like, Grandma. He's like, take a picture. Send me a pic.
You ain't my grandma and shit. And so she's like, here I am at work. And she couldn't be more Caucasian. And this black kid, 17-year-old kid's like, well, here I am. And he takes a picture of himself. And he's like, can I still get that hot plate, though? And she's like, yeah, grandma's love for you. And the son of a bitch went over there last year. So she texts, basically what she said was, Thanksgiving dinner at my house, November 24th, 3 p.m. Let me know if you're coming. Hope to see you all. Of course, this includes Amanda and Justin. And he's just like, who dis? It's Grandma. And she posted an emoji of a Nana. And I can't see what he said, but that's what he was like, you got a picture? And she's like, of who? He's like, you. And so yeah. Well, it turns out the 17-year-old showed up, and it was a great feel-good Thanksgiving story.
He went back.
He went back again this year.
They're friends.
They are. They talk once a week.
Really?
Yes.
That's nice. See,
Yes.
I want a new Nana, dude. I need a new
I
Nana.
know.
And that's just,
Well, the dirt face, of course, was real scary.
Came on a little strong with Hazel.
A little.
Well,
The first time you talked to her on the phone, you asked her if she could be your grand. She just had an incident with a great-grandson who dirt-faced her and stuffed her in the car till she wet herself.
I screamed, but nobody heard me.
And then you're coming in hot, wanting to be her new grandson?
They
Come on.
put me down in the floor, and then one of them sat on me.
Come on, man. You know better than that. I mean, if...
It's 2001 Neon.
Neon.
I fell in love right there. Neon.
And remember, now she won't answer the call.
No.
We've called her numerous times off the air since then, and Jay's so scared her off.
She could be my grandma. She could be Sweet Pie's great grandma, Manny Russell. They have a great grandma now.
Could you
she wants
imagine?
nothing to do with me.
And I tell you what, we would have flown her in by now.
Oh, yeah.
You think we wouldn't? If we're willing to fly Jerry from the Jacks in, we would have absolutely flown Hazel Abel in. We were going to buy her a TV. Remember?
Yes.
She was watching like Dancing with the Stars.
And it went out, right? Her TV broke?
Yeah, something like that. We were going to send her a new TV, but she won't answer the phone.
Yeah.
Because Jay came in so hot and ruined it. So anyway, the people we're talking about here, Jamal Hinton and Wanda Dench, and in Mesa, Arizona, and he went over. I was thinking, like, dude, if I got like, what kind of person do you have to be? Because I can tell you right now, if I got a random text from someone that said, "Hey, we had the baby. It's at Botsford or whatever, or Beaumont and Royal Oak," like, there's not a fucking chance in hell I'm going by there, let alone bringing a gift.
Yeah, you have to be somewhat selfless.
Yeah, or the chance that I'm popping over to your house on Thanksgiving, to a stranger's house.
Yeah, you have to have a sense of adventure.
Could you see doing that?
I could 100%.
That's what I was about to say.
Would
I can see
100%
yes.
do that Thanksgiving thing.
That's the kind of person right there. You're looking at that toothy grin.
If somebody all of a sudden just gave me this random text and like, we're having Thanksgiving dinner, and it kind of became a little job, I would show up. Now the baby thing, I'm not sure, but Thanksgiving dinner, 100%.
Yeah. What could you see yourself doing that? It's hard to put into context for you because you've already got a family that's doing Thanksgiving. But
yeah, no, I wouldn't. But I could see a lot of people doing that, actually.
It's just funny, man. And this is blowing up, and people are like, "Oh, the world's a better place." They just love these feel good stories when they happen, Instead of
does it matter that it's a white person and a black person?
That's how it was with the baby. It was a black guy and his buddy that showed up at the hospital with a gift for the white baby.
But I'm saying, does this story blow up if it's not a white person, black person?
Great question. Probably not as much. Probably in the times we're living in right now that feels so divided, which is ridiculous. It shouldn't nearly be as divided as it is. It's politics and all that shit. But this story probably doesn't get as much. The fire doesn't burn as bright or as hot if that's just a white kid. Yeah, I think that's safe to say. And you can understand why people are encouraged by a story like that when you read about that mosque in Egypt that was blowed up, death toll above 305. I heard there was like 500 people in this entire village, all of them at church or whatever, and just mowed down. This is just like where this world is going when shit like this can happen at places of worship is just like, that's just so out of the realm of human. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
And this was ISIS, right? Like,
they haven't
responsibility.
Officially taken. Yeah, I mean, it is, but. Another 128 people are wounded. So basically the scene, if you can imagine, is you've got the, I guess they're called the Sufis. The Sufis is their brand of their practice of religion in the Muslim religion. And if you're not, there's different levels of like hardcore fanatic and then all the way down to Sufis. And Sufis are just like, whatever, have some fun. Yeah. Muhammad's my guy, but I'm not blowing shit up for him.
Yeah.
You're not going to see me yelling, "Allah."
So they're the Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter
attendees.
They've got their foot on the bag. They got a foot on the bag, but they're not like married to it.
They're the mega church kind of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe, but it sounds like they go all the time. They're just way more like open to other people's views, and so that's a real threat to ISIS. And so people are like, dude, you do not kill other Muslims. Muslims do not kill Muslims. But they see them as, what do they call it, heretic? Is that the word, Jay? And so they're threatened by them. So these sons of bitches, 25 to 30 of them, pull up with automatic machine guns and bombs. They throw bombs into the fucking church, explode them. And so obviously people are running out for cover, at which point they're met with 30 guys with machine guns mowing them down as they rush out of the church. Like, you're on a different level of thinking. And then it's like emergency services are called. And so when emergency services are getting there, they're blowing up the fucking vans that are going to take
first responders.
Yeah, they're going after first responders. This is very, very planned, a very planned attack at this mosque. And it's just inconceivable, even a decade ago. Like, there are just some things that, as humanity, we don't have to agree. I don't agree with your religion. You don't agree with my religion, whatever. But we all just agree, like, okay, let's not fuck with each other's holy places for the most part. And now it's like we're seeing this kind of shit on a regular basis,
Same religion, too.
Yeah, sort of. One's like really kind of hands off and chill about it. But yeah, just unbelievable, man. Like, Like the thought and planning that has to go into an attack like that to cover all those bases, to just want to do as much death and carnage. They said the only people that survived, one guy was like, nobody is alive in the mosque. Nobody. The one survivor said, I was buried by so many dead bodies that had fallen over. That's the only reason I got out of there alive. Oof. Yeah. Incredible.
Hey, Black Friday's here, and our friends at Zott Ford and Holly are bringing you the very lowest prices of the year. For example, lease a new 17 Ford Escape for just $181 a month, or a new 17 Ford Fusion at $83 a month. Better still, a new 17 Ford F-150 Super Crew 4x4 at just $146 per month, or a new 17 Ford Edge all-wheel drive at $133. Finally, lease a new 17 Ford Explorer as low as $177 a month. These deals are good through November or while supplies last, so get there.
You know, the propaganda game is kicking up for ISIS. We're coming into the holiday season. And so they've got a whole new push right now that was just sent out over the weekend of like Santa Claus in Times Square with a box of dynamite on the ground.
I heard some of that, though, was thwarted by hackers. Is that what you're getting to?
No.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I didn't hear that.
It's a hacking team that went into ISIS's main propaganda arm, I think, online.
Really?
And they basically, like, downloaded and took a ghost image of the whole site and then re-uploaded the thing that was theirs, and they had manipulated a bunch of ways, like put a naked woman in a picture, and it looked like all these guys were praying to a naked woman.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, then how come I'm looking at this? How come I have the original picture here?
I don't know. Must be a different site.
Dude, that would bum them out so bad.
Well, you know what? At the same time, though, you hear that these guys are really more mercenaries, just bloodlust and out to rape chicks and stuff. They're really not that religious, a lot of them.
Right.
You know, the grand poobahs claim to be holier than thou and so forth, and come from this great religious point of view. But a lot of the followers are just like, yeah, I'll take up arms and go rape a bunch of chicks.
Fuck
sure.
yeah, it's
fun, man.
It's real world, video game stuff. You know, World of Warcraft, whatever. Yeah, it's unbelievable because they're coming from such a righteous point of view, like my way or no way, and we're so sincere to the word of our Bible that we will, we're not afraid to die in the name of it. Yet they're not afraid to have their soldiers doing the dirty work, brainwashing these assholes who are hanging out in strip clubs, smoking, eating whatever, haven't read their book.
No,
don't know shit. It's like,
complete evil.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, this one has got Santa with dynamite here, overlooking Times Square. We meet at Christmas in New York.
Santa would never do that.
He wouldn't.
No, I don't believe it.
Here's someone holding a bloody knife overlooking the Eiffel Tower. Let's show them the meaning of terrorism. So meant to spark fear, and they're putting these propaganda posters out all over wherever landmarks are. I know where's the Pope live? The Vatican, like, is in one of the pictures, and they'll all be together here for church. Don't forget, go there and make a scene. It's just incredible. So. Did you see this? E, do you have that video? Did you see these cashiers in California over the weekend?
No. What's going on with this, man?
I think
looks like he's sleeping, or she.
This is two chicks here, and they're trying to someone's trying to buy like a Canada Dry ginger ale,
which I think we've determined is the best ginger ale.
I believe so. Yes,
that's
Canada Dry.
Your read on it?
Yes. There's not really a dispute over pricing or anything. So we've got one woman is going to ring up the Canada Dry, the chips, and something else, and the other is going to bag it.
So, hold on, are we in mid-guffaw here as I look upon this video? Because it looks like a person who's passed out or about to pass out.
That's the theory. Someone is like, clearly they've got narcolepsy. I'm like, no, clearly they're on heroin or opiates. So yeah, here's...
Oh, shit. Dude, she's
how long
standing
did you put up
by
with
the
this?
register.
Hello.
Oh, shit.
No, we got it. Now we're good. The other lady looks like she's writing something, but she's not.
Anything else for you, baby?
I'm just going to bag up the Canada
So they're
Dry.
just holding each other up, basically.
Yeah. I love the one in the black because she's going to...
Wow, she's about to pass out right now, right?
Oh, she's out.
Going forward?
But she's got a job to do, though. Ooh. We got a Hostess pie. It's a really rough diet.
I had one of those for years.
Looks like
it's an oatmeal cream as well. Oh my God! And sour cream and onion.
Yep. In Canada, it's a terrible lunch.
I wonder half the country has diabetes.
Yeah.
Look at the lady on the left, man. Oh, Snap back.
So that didn't get rung up. You know the telltale beep that it got? No, that was free. That one's on the house. And so, okay, bag lady's here. All right, yep, I'm just going to bag this up for her. Yep, no problem.
Did they say where this is? It looks like CVS
California
or something.
It's at a store in California. They don't know where. All right, just going to bag this Canada Dry and these chips here. And
we're doing a heck of a job.
Here, we
on
got
their way here.
Here.
I mean, they already gave us free chips. Okay, we got Canada Dry in the bag. Good start.
Is she a sloth?
Now we just got to get those chips in that bag, the free ones.
Maybe she's a sloth.
Listen. She gets poked. That's what I'm doing.
These two are fucked.
That's what I'm doing. She goes, bag it up. That's what I'm doing. All right, got the pie in there now. And
They're equally fucked because the woman who's taking all the action right now had her mouth agape at the beginning of this video, like passed out, standing up. Wow, man.
Yeah, I know.
Just heroin, huh?
It could be. I'm sorry. It's not funny. It's not funny. I know, it's a horrible epidemic in this country.
They're
it's only going to get worse. But
walking
this
and
is
talking amongst us.
I don't, it's terrible when you see like a 2-year-old in the back seat of a car and mom is
Those are the ones, man.
collapsed.
Break your heart.
You're just like, oh, that poor kid is fucked. The kid is fucked. Best case scenario, someone takes him out of that car and he never sees that woman again. Best case.
Into foster care.
Yeah,
et
into
cetera.
some horrible, possibly horrible foster care experience. These two ladies here, and I couldn't believe that the discussion. It's like, if you've seen this or experienced this or know anything about this, you go, oh, yeah, that's exactly what this is. This is not narcolepsy. They are not both having narcolepsy here.
What percentage of the population has narcolepsy, 1 out of 1 million, and these two just happen to work together on the same shift at the same shit store.
Yeah.
Sure.
One's like, clearly the one on the left has narcolepsy and the one on the right is tired. Nothing to see here. Fake news. Like, okay.
It's heroin.
Dude, that bag.
That's brutal, dude.
Oh, we got one Canada Dry in the bag. Oh,
I watched a documentary on HBO. It is This Drug Will Kill. All about opioid abuse. One of the many that are out there right now. Just heartbreaking, man. Some real sad stories. I don't know. I don't. Probably in the last year. Yeah. I don't think it was brand new, but man, it's sad. If you ever want to watch something sad, everybody.
Yeah, they're
it's real.
They're tough to watch. They had a big 60 Minutes did a big piece on the opiate epidemic.
When did it become opioid?
I don't know.
It was opiates forever.
Forever. Opiates. And they were talking about, some of these, like, where you guys want to go on your mountain trail walk, like Virginia.
Appalachian Trail.
Yeah, like those areas.
We going or what, man? It's still on, right?
Right.
You'll kill him before the week's out.
Yeah.
You'll kill him before the week's out.
Well, that's how we get rid of E.
But they've got these little towns in these pockets in Virginia and Tennessee and Appalachia, and you've got very few people, and they were highlighting like how big of a problem this is, and I won't get the numbers exactly right, but they said something like, yeah, here's a town of 300 people. They have one pharmacy. They fill about 200 things a year or whatever. They have orders in for 9 million OxyContin pills that are being shipped to this location. Something's not on the up and up here. And it's like, holy fuck, that's going on, and the drug companies are like, you need 9 million?
Sure.
That'll be $80 million. Here you go.
Perfect.
We'll do it. Fine. And so, yeah, it's ugly, man. And I'm seeing more and more of these videos of. Usually it's someone on the street.
Yeah, we watched that one about a year ago with the couple, the older white couple, passed out on the sidewalk. Like, it was as if they were kneeling, and then their heads just hit the pavement.
Well, they can bend into weird positions, too.
It was really sad.
Like the park bench, the guy's like completely all the way back, like viewed, and then the lady is just like a frog.
Yeah,
like
that's what this particular documentary that I reference starts with, is all those scenes that we've seen on social media and stuff, and back to back. It's like, oh, dude.
That couple, I did see a follow-up story on that couple, and they say that video saved their lives, that they were so humiliated by seeing that. Now, how long that holds,
for another 6
God only
months
knows.
on their back.
Yeah, because they were older. That was like a nana and a papa. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's ugly. Should we get to some email, Jay?
Sure. Before we do that, Detroit football fans know it's not a tailgate until the Kowalski comes out. So fire up the grill, sizzle some sausages, ice those beers, and unfold the chairs, because it's time to tailgate like a king. Just tell them Mike sent you. Did you know that there's still 5 Lions games left?
I
was
know.
just looking at the schedule. It's like football, college football done until the bowls, but
Yep.
still 5 NFL games left.
By the way, I went back into Ray's store the other day, and I was
Yeah.
looking. It was my first time in there since I made that ghastly error and bought the
Quote, Hunter's sausage.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the rack more carefully, like, where did I go wrong? What was, dude? It's all Dearborn sausage. And when in my defense, most of them were not there, and so someone had recently restocked, and it was like, son of a bitch, that gross sausage, Hunter sausage we were eating was Dearborn.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Kowalski needs to get into Ford Field. I noticed Dearborn is dominating Ford Field. They've got the contract
Yeah.
over there. But
Do
they're
they-
at
do
MSU.
Yeah, I was going to say MSU has them.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yet another reason to go to MSU. Dude, we're
yeah.
taking Manny for a campus tour soon.
What?
Yeah, we're going on
What?
campus tours.
Dude, excellent.
We're doing State, Oakland, and U of M to start with.
Can he go to either? Any of them, if he wanted? Or
U of M's going to be, I mean, that's tough. He's white. He's a
yeah, I didn't
guy.
think about that. He's not gay either. He's cisgendered white male. Yeah, fuck. No, he can't get in there. I don't even think they let them on campus
It'll
anymore.
depend on ACT and all that, but we'll see.
Does it? Okay, if the sky's wide open, anywhere he wants to go is to him. Like, of those schools you named, I'm not saying he can go to Harvard.
It depends on
Would
what
he
he
go to
decides
U of M?
do.
Would he go
He
against
can-
the
yeah,
family?
I would encourage him to go wherever is best for him. I don't.
Yeah. So you'd be comfortable going up there to Ann Arbor to visit?
Sure.
Be on that campus?
I would.
Whoa.
I'd be very comfortable.
Ah, good. You're a big man, Jay.
Before we get to email, before we get to gifts, we have a gift, Mike.
Oh, excellent. It's that season.
Engage in the reading of posts,
Oh,
if I
for
might.
fuck's sakes.
Mike posts in from San Francisco.
Wow.
A beautiful scene.
I do.
One you know well, right?
I do know it well.
Gents, hello from San Francisco. I did not go to the Jax meeting. Has
Why
to
not?
say that right off the bat. But did find a nice Irish pub. Fun fact, Nakado Hagiwara
Yes, very good.
created the modern fortune cookie here in the late 1890s. More importantly, Joseph Friedman invented the bendy straw here in the 1930s.
Wow, impressive.
Those are 2 great facts. Anyway,
yeah.
keep up the great work. Bye for now, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Those are interesting facts. I've
Tom-
still gotten some bullshit fortune cookies lately.
Oh, yeah. No,
Dude.
they're thoughts more than fortunes.
Thoughts or my lucky numbers.
Yeah.
Fuck you and my lucky numbers.
I'm with you,
That is
dude.
a cheap, shitty way out of giving
I want
me
a
my
straight-up
fortune.
fortune.
Yes. You're going to come into money. You're going to find a beautiful girl soon. You know, your life is going to change for the better or whatever.
Yeah. I don't want to. I don't
My
want a
lucky
thought.
numbers?
Tom posts in from Colombia. Look at that beautiful post.
Wow.
I like the post with several different pictures, so you're not just
Yeah.
limited to one. You've got the whole landscape. You've got native dancing. You've got some beautiful pictures of the Colombian
Stunning.
landscape.
Wow, look at that bird face guy.
Yeah,
I like
bird
that
face guy. Tom writes in, "Hola amigos, Bogota, Colombia. Just a quick hour on the ground here, so just stopping in the airport. Have a nice terminal at least. Just enough time to get this $3 postcard. For that price, I should have got a hand job with it. Also, Colombian women here are hot. Hugs and kisses, Tom. P.S. I didn't see any hippos. Of course, he's referring to Pablo Escobar's
Sure.
famous estate that included hippos,
Yeah.
which then overran the
That he brought
villages
over
nearby.
himself. They weren't native to the land.
Oh, they're not indigenous to South America.
No.
African hippos brought
And
over
they're out of control now.
by Pablo Escobar, introduced to the environment of South America.
It's causing real problems too. I think it's causing real for like other animals.
Oh, yeah.
that are dying off because of
Yep.
the hippo population. Yeah,
I mean, the emerald ash borer would be an example here.
Sure,
Right?
sure.
Took out the ash trees.
sure.
Nary an ash tree anywhere in Michigan
What are, the,
because
what are
of the
those?
emerald ash borer.
What are those little
Zebra mussels.
Is it the zebra mussels?
Zebra mussels
all
are
over?
fucking with everything.
Yeah.
And the damn carp that are coming up the Mississippi, right into the Great Lakes.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Gift for you. Curtis writes in, or gifts
for you.
in.
Gift.
Hi, enjoy the
exclusive.
gift from Curtis. Dear litigator, masturbator, and procrastinator, happy Hanukkah. Look at this. We got a dreidel set
Wow,
with
nice.
directions. I always wondered how to play dreidel. Well, this is how. Each player gets the same amount of gelt, or maybe it's gelt,
Hilt. Is
Can-
hilt a fish?
candy, or nuts.
Hilt.
Each player puts one piece into the pot. The first player, youngest to oldest, spins the dreidel and follows
Youngest
the
to oldest. Wow. I
follows
didn't-
the instructions represented by whichever letter falls on the top. Now, we have 4 letters. You probably know these. There's Shin, Chai, Gimel, and Nun.
Yeah, noon is my favorite by far.
And so those
Always has
direct
been.
you how many then to take out of the pot, depending on what you spin.
But
So it's sort of a poker deal. You know, everybody puts into the pot, and then depending on the dreidel spin, you get to take out of
did
the
you guys
pot.
bring any hilt over?
I don't have any myself. E?
Can you guys bring some geld in tomorrow? We'll try. I've never played.
I've got chocolate Jews. That's all I've got. I've got no geld.
All right. Stop and get a bunch of geld on your way over tomorrow. Like a bunch of it.
Do you think Ray has some geld at his door?
Maybe.
Mike writes in. Dear asshats and Big E, sitting here listening to 946 and we get to Big E's This Day in History, where I'm about to learn some interesting facts about Edison's phonograph when you two start picking apart his presentation. Holy shit, let him finish. Hold on.
Mike. Again.
Mike assumes he's going to get a bunch of facts out of Big E's presentation.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to draw it out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Then you make it more painful by hopefully pretending that you can't figure out what he meant by saying that it was the first device that could record and reproduce the recordings. You're making my bones hurt, says Mike.
No, it was confusing as shit. He said it was the first device that could record but not play back.
It was very confusing.
It was like, well, how the hell do you know it recorded if you can't play it back?
Yeah, he was suggesting that prior devices could record but not play back. Mike likened it to a mug. His mug can actually record but not play back.
But not
it's an
play
amazing
back.
mug.
It is.
It's amazing.
Dude, it's
Look at that
holding
mug.
some amazing audio.
It really
I
is.
just can't figure out how to play it back, though.
Damn it. Drat.
So close.
Number 1, Edison's phonograph was the first machine that could record and reproduce, play back the recording on the same machine, says Mike. You could record before this phonograph was invented, and you could play back those recordings too, just not on the same machine.
Well,
E,
that's an
why don't you
important
tell us
detail.
that?
That's kind of an important detail.
We're sidetracked on that for 45 minutes.
All he had to do was say, no, guys, on the same device, without having to take it off the thing and put it on another
got
device.
it, E, got it.
Wow, E. Well,
Carry on, Professor.
That's actually fascinating. Sorry to interrupt.
Number 2, says Mike. No, the original recording does not exist because they would have destroyed it by it being played back. E actually mentions this. Yeah, he did. We sort of got to that. Number 3, Mike makes a statement that things were easier to invent back then. Not so.
Yes, they were.
Edison had teams of inventors and scientists working for him. If one of them came up with an idea that seemed promising, Edison would claim it as his and patent it. The most famous example of this might be Nikola Tesla, who worked for Edison for somewhere between 6 and 12 months. Tesla claimed that Edison received 25 patents from Tesla's work, never paid him what they had agreed on.
Yeah.
Finally, I know these guys gave E This Day in History because it's politically correct to include the handicapper in the program and make him feel like he's got an important part to play. However, when you guys start giving him shit and he starts stammering, well, it gets kind of painful to listen to. I almost start to feel sorry for the guy, and I don't like that, says Mike.
Sorry.
Congrats to all of you on the first trophy, the Dancing with the Stars trophy, and especially E for raising as much as he did. It's almost like you guys are going to become a philanthropic organization soon or something like that. Bye for now, BUI, Mike.
It's a great move for us. And I think it would have been way easier to invent back then. I'm not saying, Jay, you and I were going to invent, light bulbs. But
there's just a lot on the table back then,
Think about it. If toothpicks hadn't been invented,
bendy straws, 1930. Went to 1930 before a bendy straw. God, this is annoying, pulling my straw to the side like this and bending it and breaking it.
Yeah,
I wish there was a
creasing
bend. I wish there was a way I could bend this and not break it.
Dude, why don't you invent it? It's never been invented.
I should. I might
Hardly
as well.
anything's been invented. Everything's on the table.
While I'm at it, I'm going to make the little umbrella that goes in the drink. How about that?
Luck.
Bam.
Hasn't been invented. Dude, I'm telling you.
In your day and age, you could have invented the internet. How come you didn't do that?
Because that's not our thing.
Like
but we could have. But I'm telling you, dude, before the toothpick was invented, people were using shit like wood chips to try and get shit out of their teeth. Like somebody had to go, dude, I'm going to box these things, little wood chips, and clean your teeth off. I could have invented the toothpick. I was just born too late. That's all there is to. I was born too late.
I mentioned the drink umbrella. I had that shit. I had the bendy straw.
Dude, he did. What are you calling him a liar? Of course he would have.
That shit, make millions.
Unfortunately,
billions.
it was already done before you got here. I don't know what else we could have invented. I'm not like going out. Oh yeah, I invented electricity. Oh yeah, I'm the regular Newton. But there's some things we could have invented for sure.
Larry writes in, Dear Smug Nuts, Chub Nuts, and Numb Nuts, over the weekend I happened to attend the Uncle Cracker show at the Royal Oak Music Theater with some family and the girlfriend. E, weren't you there?
I was.
My cousin bought our tickets and all of the drinks prior, so it was bound to be a lit fam, as all us young guns say. In between sets, I walked back from the pisser, and I was informed my younger brother approached some big neon orange sneetch like Gump to ask him if he had a joint to spare. He said the gangly man replied, "Smoking's not my scene, dude," and walked off. I looked around to see if I could spot this guy, and lo and behold, it was Big E in full form. We introduced our ladies and kicked back, and I offered up the next round. Well, a few songs go by, and I'm ready for my next overpriced beverage. I look around, but the neon rave lord is nowhere to be seen. As I proceed to buy the next round, I find the tard lingering between the bar and the ladies' bathroom. We talk about the Pretty Lights show coming up, and I again offer to buy him that beer. He politely declines, probably not trying to get too fucked up. I buy my fam around, get back to my spot. To my complete and utter disbelief, my man's come back, and he hands me a beer. I was shocked. The notorious Mooch flipped the script and bought me a beer.
Look at E. So proud of himself.
Kudos, Big E. You are learning. Now, did you seal the deal with your lady friend that night? Did you show her your little cracker, E? I've been listening to you guys from CMU every day for 2 years. Fire up. Keep up the good work, gentlemen. Goodbye,
Fire up, Chips.
BUI. Larry.
Fire up, Chips. What's his name? Larry.
Larry.
I like Larry.
Yeah.
You need to get other CMU. CMU would be that's our fucking audience right there. CMU, Eastern,
Sure.
Oakland, Sparty, of course. We've even got some at U of M.
Ooh.
You just spread the word. You know what I mean? Because you hook some of those kids.
Jesus, buy him each a beer, will you?
Sure.
One at a time.
I'll just go to Central and just start handing out cases of beer.
That was very nice of you, E. I'm glad you did that.
I thought
He's
that
learning. See, this is from our repeated beatdowns, dude. Because a year ago,
simple gesture like that strikes him as just an extraordinary act. He writes in about it. That's great.
yeah, because it could have easily been. Well, I bought E and his buddies a round of beers, and they didn't even say thank you, and walked away, and didn't leave a tip, and then we'd be stuck going, "You fucking piece of shit! What's the matter with you?" Now we've beat him into. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to think about someone other than myself. I'm going to buy him a beer and go surprise him. Good job,
Can you believe
E.
it?
Good job, E.
Speaking of nice things, I can't believe we got this far without thanking Joel for doing our best of over the week or last week. He did an awesome best of. We thank him very much for that. Great job, Joel, as always.
Yeah, Joel's does a really nice job with that. We have literally zero input. I mean, we record some commercials, send them to him.
He does his thing.
And he does his thing. And
Well
they're great.
done.
Yeah, thank you, Joel. All right, is that it, Jay?
Yeah, we'll save the rest for tomorrow.
All right, very good. Well, have a good rest of the day. Anything going on today we need to mention? I mean, Thursday is our event, so...
Cyber Monday, I mean, if you're watching us or listening on Monday, please get to it. Use Amazon link. It really helps us out, and it's something we count on around the Yuletide, and so please use our link.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see a bunch of you out Thursday. It's just a few days away. On the 30th, 22 and Hayes in Shelby Township. We've got the TDC exclusive poster there.
Can't wait for that. That'll be great.
Yeah, that's going to be very cool. So, and some other things as well. So hopefully we'll see you out there. Starting about 7 o'clock. We'll be there for hours. So with that, we'll call it a day. See you guys tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.